Oi, lads. Good morning, chat. Good morning. Welcome to day 2 of our tournament. It's a pleasure to be here. So we've got the bracket here. These are the 8 matches for the top 16. This bracket's like kind of in order, I believe. So it'll be Timo versus Eliphas, and then the winner of this match number 1 will play the winner of match number 2 in the next round, and then we're just going to go all the way down. So the grand finals, is going to be someone from the top 8 versus someone from the bottom 8 here. The first match that we're going to watch, or the match that we're going to watch in the top 16 round, we're going to watch this one here. Boros Aggro versus Orzhov Control. So this is your Fireblade Charger Showdown of the Scalds deck versus Orzhov Snow, which is basically mono black Snow, but mono black Snow with 4 Edgar, by the way. This hand is a little bit... So this is Boros Aggro with like basically just good red and white cards plus Scalds versus Orzhov Snow Control. So 2 Fireblade Charger is a decent start, but obviously we're going to have to draw some gas here, or else you're just a bit screwed. And I guess actually the Fireblade Chargers are not particularly amazing against Orzhov Snow because of cards like Shambling Ghast, which the Orzhov player has. The Fireblade Charger will be better against decks like Mono Green and Mono White, right? But it's still better to start playing Magic on turn 1 than not doing that if you're the aggro player here. But you've got to draw some gas, man. That's not a good start. Yeah, like the Fireblade Chargers can get in for some good damage in this matchup, but if the Snow player has like Ghast and Eye Twitch and stuff, it's awful for you, right? Like the Shambling Ghast can take out 2 of these charges by itself. So this looks terrible for the Boros player at the moment, but plenty of time to find stuff. The adversary is quite good, but you kind of want to hold the adversary because that gas is in play, but until you've got 4 mana, right, so you can pump everything. But now Torto's going to be able to deadly dispute the Ghast and kill one of the Chargers. They'll lose their Eye Twitch as well, but I think that's fine. You can deadly dispute the Ghast, kill one of the Chargers, get your card off of your Eye Twitch, draw another 2 off the dispute, and try and find the second black for Meathook. Oh, they've got the second black anyway. But these 1 toughness creatures are just so terrible here against this Snow deck. Oh man. So terrible. Because Turtle like held a deadly dispute now, if Stefan goes for the adversary, which thankfully he doesn't, we'd be able to just dispute the Ghast and kill the adversary before the pump goes through. But now, yes, you dodged losing your adversary to the Ghast, but you're just going to lose your 3-drop to the Ghast now, and it's horrible. Wow. Letting the dispute get taxed? That's a spicy decision. So is not taxing the dispute also a spicy decision. Not killing the Spellbinder. Not killing the Spellbinder is quite weird. I mean, you can, if you make a treasure, it lets you hook while, and because you can pay the tax now, but I'm not, I'm not sure I agree with that, because it kind of, there's a lot of cards that you can draw off of your dispute there that basically lock you into casting this. Meat hook this turn. Like, now you basically have to, right? You could play the 3-2, but I think Torto could have played this and dealt with this board while also getting to keep the meat hook in reserve. But it's not the end of the world to just cast it, to be honest. But Stefan's hand is just useless, man. These chargers, well, they would be so good in the mono green and the mono white matchups, but against these snow decks with all, just kind of bad, really, right? It's kind of bad. Porto's hand is not incredibly impressive, but should be good enough. Eye twitch, eye twitch, sack it, draw two, and a learn card. And you've got a good blocker for the adversary as well. Stefan needs to find Scalds like in the next one turn. I think even if he finds a Scalds in 2 turns, it's probably too late. Top deck Lolth is not bad for your snow gamer here. I mean, Mascot Exhibition into Mascot Exhibition is also not bad though. That's game. Yeah, this game was like, I mean, Stefan was relying on top decks from turn 2 of the game. At some point, it's just not going to happen if that's your plan, right? This is already, I would say, a pretty good matchup for the snow deck, and Stefan's hand was just horrible, so it's looking mighty like just an easy game 2 here. Hopefully Stefan has got a good sideboard to get rid of some of these 1 toughness creatures. The Spellbinder I think is still okay. Curse of Hospitality is really good against opponent's deck. Sigrid's good against the tokens. The Orzhov player has... honestly, not an amazing sideboard for the matchup, but their main deck is just already so good, so it's not too much of a pain. I think Stefan has to get rid of some of this removal. Got a bit too much, right? 2 Portable Hole, 2 Brutal Cathar, 2 Apparition, 1 Sigrid. A little bit too much, yeah, getting rid of some. 4 Scalds, 1 Regent, 2 Curse is some nice gas. These 1-drops are just so bad against the snow decks, huh? The Chargers, the Ushers. Even Thalia's not amazing against that snow deck, right? Just because of those stupid ghasts. Ghast is just an absolutely incredible card for control deck. Cutting some adversaries. Now just got 2 portable holes removal. I think that's a good decision. Alright. Not bad for Stefan there. Got quite a lot of the 1 toughness creatures out. Still got like a ton of them, but the matchup still sucks, but definitely a lot better now. Got a Scalds. Nice. Alright, let's draw a 2 mana card and a land in the next 4 turns, please. Or the snow deck just with like a crazy hand again. So good. The eye twitch not quite as good as the Ghast here, but still just really nice. Although Tapland turn 1 does change it a lot, right? Because now you're going... If he doesn't draw a black source here, you're just playing eye twitch, pass with 1 mana open. Alright. There's your Ghast. GG easy. Alright, let's move on to the next round, please. So, attack first. Spellbinder first. Is very interesting choice. The shambling Ghast is 1 mana 1/1 win the game. It's absolutely crazy. What do you do if you're the snow player? You've only got 1 black. I think you have to start with just a Deadly Dispute, right? Don't really have another option. You need to find more black mana. That's the one saving grace for Stefan here is just a lack of black mana for the snow player, so that it won't be able to get a block off with the Ghast here, which is good. Didn't draw a black, but did get to make a treasure. Really doesn't want to use the treasure to cast an eye twitch, so it's actually a bit awkward for the snow player here. Guardian of Faith is sadly not very good against Crippling Fear, huh? Because the Crippling Fear will go on the stack, and then to protect your guys, you have to expose your Guardian to the Crippling Fear anyway. A little bit of patience from the Boros player here. I'm not sure how good that was. I mean, obviously, you really want to play Scalds before you've played a land for the turn. But, I mean, it was such a heavy price to do that there, right? Like, you're wanting to play the Scouts before you've played a land, of course, so that you can play one after you draw one from your Scouts, so that you're not losing too many of the cards that you've drawn off of the Scouts. But to be able to do that, Stefan has basically played a 4-mana 1/1 token on that turn. That's their turn 4, which is just so incredibly weak. It's got to pay off here. Yeah, and it doesn't even pay off that massively, right? Getting some counters from Scouts on your Stormseeker is not too bad, though. Is a verse available for Torto? I'm not sure you can play around that, though. You've got to just stack your haster, right? This like lack of black mana for Torto is really painful and actually giving Stefan a chance here, but I would expect to see verse on Stormseeker, and then it's a little bit rough. I think you'll verse the Stormseeker instead of the Thalia, which does mean that Torto will actually have to top deck an untapped land to get Lolth down, if he's going to let Thalia survive. You could remove Thalia, leave the Stormseeker to like guarantee that you're getting Lolth down, but that is very spooky to leave a Stormseeker in play. It goes for it. Okay, well, if you leave Stormseeker in play to resolve your Lolth here, your Lolth can easily die. Let's see what happens. I'm not sure I agree with that, man. I know you want to get the Lolth down, but really there's no rush to get it down. I think this is not the best spot to be playing the Lolth. I think a better spot will come around. When you've got more mana, you can like what's the rush, right? Unfortunately, there's no punish here for the Boros player. Like, you can play... You could play Adversary Pump twice, but you're not actually going to be able to get in here. You're going to get rid of both of the tokens, but the Lolth will survive unless you go for another Stormseeker again. You know, that this is just kind of awkward, right? You're trying... I think that his plan is to haste the Usher, but you're actually going to hold up the mana for the Guardian to protect against the Blood and the Snow, but you're going to lose your Usher, so you're holding up Guardian of Faith here for Blood on the Snow, but you don't have a board that will even force Torto into casting Blood on the Snow. Like, I think even if Torto drew a land there, he wouldn't even use Blood on the Snow, right? It's kind of better to just make your tokens play like Edgar and an Eye Twitch or something. If you're going to hold up Guardian of Faith, if you're going to hold up these anti-sweeper cards, you can only do it on turns where your opponent is actually incentivized to clear your board, which Torto is not here, right? So I think that was kind of a bad turn from Stefan. But it's looking real rough. Portable Hole's nice. This Edgar is just a wall, huh? I mean, dude, this Snow deck is like so hard for the Boros player to get through. Torto actually had like a very awkward hand as well, right? With like just a ton of black cards and not a lot of black mana, and still making the matchup look easy, really. Just can't get past this Edgar, man. Can't even get past the fucking tokens, even if Edgar wasn't there. This Orzhov control deck looks really hard to beat for the aggro decks, and I don't know, guys. I think we could be watching the winner of the event here. I mean, Orzhov control does not want to play against Epiphany, but there is no Epiphany. All the Epiphany players are out. Orzhov control will happily play against 3 mana 3/1s all day. We might be watching the winner of the event here. I don't know how mono white beats this. I don't know. Mono green will be better against the snow deck, but mono white just has so many little 1 toughness plebs that I mean, all Torto has to do is play a Shambling Ghast and then his deck's unbeatable. Like, look at this, man. Stefan has drawn, like, all of his best cards, and they just don't do anything. He's got 6 mana with a hand filled with 3 drops. It's great. He's got his board wipe protection spell, but Porto doesn't even have to use the board wipes. It's crazy. Like there's a blood in the snow in the Orzhov snow player's hand, and obviously Stefan knows about it, and he's been holding up this Guardian of Faith for like 3 or 4 turns, but he's just gonna die while the blood of the snow is still in the opponent's hand. It's kind of crazy. I think you've got to use the Guardian now, man. So this is quite decent. You can flash in your Guardian, you can phase out your adversary, which will make you lose the lifelink on it. You're taking 6, but you get to swing back. It's very likely that it will stay nighttime, actually. Yeah, I think you Guardian protect your adversary, you untap, you play 2 nighttime Stormseekers, and that is a lot of damage. That is a lot of damage. What is it? 5, 10, 15, 18. It's 21 damage. And Orzhov has what? An eye twitch and a 1/1 lifelinker? Oh, no, he doesn't even get lifelinker. Kabira takedown, man. Wait a second. Wait a second, dude. The eye twitch keeps him alive, but yeah, and then he's gonna die on the swing back. Yep, you pump the Guardian because that way you can't pump the adversary, man. That's 10, 14. Oh no, you can. Yeah, the snow gamer goes to 1 here, and then wins on the swing back. That's close though. That's kind of sick. I think you have to block. You have to pump the Guardian with one of the hasters there, right? Or did they all bump themselves? Maybe. Yeah, there was no lethal there. It was always one off. Really, like, insanely close though. Wait, what? Curse me? Meat took massacre lethals, man. Classic. Okay. I mean, a valiant effort in an insanely difficult matchup, but what are you gonna do? GG's. That was a good match. Let's see if we've got any other results here. Eliphas. He's out. So we get a win for mono white. Gandalf is out. We get a win for mono white. Mono green is out. We get a win for mono white. Alright, dude. So the top half of the bracket is mono white, mono white, mono white, and Orzhov control. Dude, I'm telling you. Orzhov control is going to win this tournament. Alright, we've got one match left. So the bottom half of the bracket is Antonio on humans, Jaya Krishnan on mono green, Nathan on mono green, and Q Lalhan or Felix here for the last match. They finished. Oh, dun 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 dun! Holy shit, Felix won! Excuse me. What the hell, man? How is that possible? Alright. We have our top 8, chat. 4 mono white, 1 Orzhov control, 2 Selesnya humans, 1 mono green. Alright, chat. They're both playing Selesnya humans, but the deck lists are quite different. Thalia, obviously not an amazing card in this mirror. Aspirant is an amazing card though, so it's still a keep. Got a good 2-drop. If you can get to your Brutal Cathar in your Hamlet Vanguard, you're kinda chilling. What about neither? What about Big Bogdan? What's his hand saying? Nice. That's 2 1-drops. You are on the play, but it's a little bit scuffed. At least the second cleric will be a 2-2 though. I mean, Sigarda? Nice top deck. This seems like an easy aspirant. So Antsabrew just needs to not bait himself into playing the Cathar before this Sigarda comes down. Which definitely could do, right? You could easily see a world where he just slams the Cathar next turn because you kind of want to play the Cathar, right? Because it's going to buff your Vanguard. Although you could just go Veteran Adversary. Interesting that he's playing Lunarch Veteran. Okay, well, That that aspirant top deck like completely decides this game, honestly. Because it takes away the option of Ansabru playing the Cathar there, right? Which means that they're going to be able to keep it for the Sigarda now. It takes away the ability to like kind of make that mistake and play the Cathar. You get both of these aspirants. The Cathar will come down and eat the 4 for it, and then you're playing what, a 4 mana, a 3 mana 9/9 Vanguard? I mean, that's pretty good, guys. 3 mana 9/9 Ward 2. With an adversary to back it up. I quite like this Lunark Veteran in the humans deck, man. Just a little bit of, you don't need to be playing a life gain deck to make use of that card. Just a little bit of incidental life gain like this can completely change aggro mirrors. If that veteran gets you from like 3 to 5 life gained, that buys you an entire attack from your opponent, right? It's the type of card that can help you win aggro mirrors where you're on the draw. Because when you're on the draw in an aggro mirror, you're basically starting the game on like 5 life from the 2 or 3 free attacks that your opponent gets to make in the game. And if you can negate the damage from one of those attacks, that can be enough. 3 mana 11/11 coming through it. Seems good. Ward 2 as well, by the way. So, I mean, this is just a game 2, right? There's just no card in Bogdan's deck that can swing this game. He had a really rough opening hand, though. Mulled into 4 lands and 2 Code Spell Clerics. Did top deck the Sigarda, but Ansabru managed to top deck an Aspirant, which stopped them debating themselves into committing the Cathar, and then they had the Cathar for the 4/4, and it's just game over at that point. Alright, that was an easy game 1. What about our sideboards here? Okay, so Bogdan actually has the better sideboard for the matchup. Not by a huge amount, but enough that is relevant. Seems like they're both taking a kind of similar plan, which, I mean, it shouldn't be too much of a surprise, right? Looks like Bogdan's not bringing in the Liberators, which is interesting. I would definitely bring those in. Just a great curve for Ansabru again. He's like had 2 sick hands here. Bogdan, looks like Bogdan's mulled again, which is rough. Let's see what their hand is once they've done their mull. Yeah, a lot better hand this time for Bogdan. Okay. Bogdan top decked a Cathar. That's really, really good. Both players got 3 lands, both colors. Okay, this game should be a lot closer. The person Aspirant is just so much better for the person on the play though, right? So it's already quite a good advantage here for Bogdan, getting to get the Aspirant down first. And the Adeline down first. Although you might Brutal Cathar on the Aspirant here if you're Bogdan for turn 3. But to be honest, I think you should just slam the Adeline man and get going. You can Adeline, you can attack all. Next turn you go for Catilda into the Brutal Cathar. Yep. I like it. Because now this actually makes just slamming the Adeline is so good. Your Aspirant is bigger than the opponent's Aspirant. Ansabra's Adeline is now like significantly worse than Bogdan's is because Bogdan's already created a token here, already grown their own Adeline. In fact, Ansabra's Adeline is just actually unplayable because you can't get an attack off to even make a token. Because you just get chumped by or you just get blocked by Bogdan's Adeline here. Well, it looks like Ansabra's setting up to just go for Vanguard next turn instead of Adeline. Alright, so if you play Catilda, play land, you've got what, you've got 4 mana left over? I mean, the Catilda is just insanely strong here, right? Adversary, huh? Adversary's quite cool. Answer just has no way to remove this Catilda, so Bogdan's just gonna empty his hand and then start buffing everything, right? I'm not sure how Answer stops that. Interestingly, Catilda actually has protection from werewolves as well, right? So, a top deck, a top deck Brutal Cathar for Answer would actually not be able to even remove that. Just kind of crazy. I think the only plan that Answer can really have at the moment is just try and hold this Vanguard for as long as possible. To the point that when it comes into play, it will always be the biggest creature in the battlefield. Because you need to, not only do you have to make it the biggest creature in the battlefield right now, but it has to be the biggest creature in the battlefield past, like, even after multiple Catilda triggers. Because they're coming in, there's nothing you can do to stop them. Not unless you top deck another Portable Hole, right? I think you've only got 2 copies of Portable Hole here. You've already used 1. Your Brutal Cathars are not going to be doing anything. That Adversary is just absolutely sick. If you attack with Adeline, it's what, 8/6? So double block on Adeline will actually kill both of the creatures. I think you probably attack with Adeline there if you're Bogdan. I guess the one awkward thing. Yeah, Answer Brew's last hope here really is, and it's looking like it will be the case, that this Vanguard is just absolutely massive and out of range of even the Cathilda triggers. So right now it's what? It's an 11-11 on board. If Bogdan doesn't attack. It's now a 9-9. But Bogdan's kind of incentivized not to attack, which is good for Ansabrew for getting this Vanguard to be huge. Like, Bogdan just really wants to just activate his Catilda, right? Grow your plebs, man. Valorous Stance. Okay. That's a card. Valorous Stance is an amazing card here. You're also, as Ansabrew, you're also getting a bit of time here to put some counters on the Hopeful Initiate. To eventually get rid of that portable hole and get an adversary back, which could be nice. You've got to pump the Initiate, man. You've got to pump the Initiate here. Okay. I'm not happy about that. Here come the Catilda triggers. Oh, the Initiate can take any counters? Okay, I didn't know that. New cards, by the way. Well, I mean, the card's even better than I thought it was. Jesus Christ. Reading cards? What do you mean reading cards? How can I read the card? Small error. Okay. So Initiate's gonna... And actually having the adversary under the portable hole is like the perfect creature to have under the portable hole, right? Because you'll also be able to do some... Maybe be able to do some adversary triggers once you destroy it and get it back. Slowly but surely, though, this Catilda is just... It's winning the game, man. It's winning the game. Here comes another trigger. I'm not even sure it's worth playing that Adeline there. I think you can just do... If you're Ansabrew, you can just do 3 mana, remove the portable hole, plus 2 mana adversary trigger. I mean, it's okay to do it next turn too, but you're kind of just floating 2 mana here unnecessarily. When you could do the remove the portable hole, do your adversary trigger for 5, and then if you draw a land, you've got these 2 3-drops to play for 6. Okay, and also it's... I'm not sure playing the Cathar was even good for Bogdan either, because now you're giving up a Catilda trigger, right, for the turn, but it's not the end of the world, I guess. Yeah, there's the land draw, and now this turn's a little awkward, right? Because now you're doing like Vanguard and float 3 mana, or Vanguard, kill the portable hole and get no triggers, or kill the portable hole and only get one trigger and still float in 1 mana. all 3 of Answerbrew's options for the turn are all like mildly inefficient and quite annoying. Would have been a lot better to have cracked this portable hole last turn. I like that he's pumping the veteran up high, because the veteran's like the one creature that Bogdan doesn't really want to kill, right? Because once that's dead, you get a disturbed flyer, and then you can start pumping the flyer, and then you're actually breaking the board stall. Or mana, so that you can get those adversary triggers. Especially when both players are top decking here. That's a payoff for pumping that guy. Like, Bogdan just doesn't want to block that thing. It's terrible to block that. Okay, adversary top deck is really nice. Okay. How many creatures are you willing to tap here for adversary triggers? I mean, quite a lot of them, I would say. Gotta stop there, though. Yep, nice. Good choices. I would have tapped the Catilda, probably. Instead of the token. But... Or can you tap the Catilda? New cards, by the way. That is a 4/4 Adeline token. Alright, chat. The attacks are coming in now. Because now you can see, like, this... the major punish for not removing that portable hole earlier is coming into play here. Cathar is obviously nice. Can't target Catilda, by the way, which is very, very relevant. Adversary is a fine one. You just get in with this veteran again. I think you go in with veteran and Vanguard. I would attack with the Vanguard too there. It's okay not to attack with a Vanguard, but the double block with the Vanguard and Adeline on your own Vanguard is just, like, not a big deal, right? At all. Trades are good for Answerbrew because Bogdan's the one with the Catilda here. Yep, here comes the flyer, man. This flyer will close this game. Because now you can crack the hole, get the adversary back. I mean, Answerbrew kind of wants to draw a land, right? Get to 7 mana, crack the portable hole. 2-turn lethal. Pump your flyer, yep. You can get in with other stuff too, because these are like forced blocks at this point. Not getting in with a Vanguard. Come on. Pussy. What is that? I defend with my 11-11. But if we get another Catilda draw, that is not what you want to see. And they're just dead. GG's. No lifelinkers, no real threats from attack. So the only way to stay alive would be to force a block with the 8-6 adversary. Alright, I mean, all Ansabrew has to do is pump the guy and do the attack thing. Will he pump the guy? No? Yes, okay. He pumped the guy. Did that one drop? Given a flyer from Disturb? Is it the nuts? It looks like it. All of that life gain, like, I don't know how much life the veteran side gained, but Ansabrew won that game on 10 life, and it wouldn't have been much less than that they got from the one drop there. Plus, and then you get the flyer to close the board stalls. Sick. GG's. Congratulations to Ansabrew. See if we've got any other results. Oh, that's the round complete, huh? So Antonio won match 3 here. So we have our top 4. Timo on mono white. Felipe on Orzhov control. Antonio on Selesnya humans. And Felix on mono white. No mono green in the top 4. 2 mono white, 1 Selesnya, 1 Orzhov control. The semi-final match that we are going to watch will be Timo versus Felipe. So Timo and Felipe, please make your way to the waiting room. Hopeful Initiate, Cathar, Portable Hole. I mean, you've got all your removal here. It's a bit of a yikes. Not the hand you want to see against Orzhov control. And the Orzhov control player has 3 of the black 1-drops. Alright, let's go game 2, please. Although, to be honest, at least getting some use out of the portable holes, though. And the brutal Cathars. Torto just with a lack of black mana again. I wonder if he just doesn't have enough black sources in the deck. Or if he's just getting a little unlucky. That just feels so bad, doesn't it? 5 mana available if a land is drawn, which it is. A black source is top decked. Just slamming Edgar, man. Yep. Which actually plays into the Brutal Cathar very well. So although the Orzhov hand is like absolutely insane, the order in which the cards are being played here is kind of lining up quite well for the white player. Like, they're getting a lot more out of this game than they should have got so far. But there is a Meat Hook Massacre available. You can go Ghast into the Scorpion, maybe? Sack your Ghast, kill the Usher, draw 2. Hope to hit a land drop. Not even trying to hit a land there is... Alright. But you could try and hit a land drop there. I think if you're not going to try and hit a land drop, you probably want to use your hook, right? But doing neither of those things is a little weird. Finding the Legion Angels like really good for Tim though. But this is where it starts getting like very, very hard for the mono white player. The creatures in this Orzhov deck are just so incredibly annoying for the white players. The eye twitch not so much, but the Ghast and then the board clears, just horrific, isn't it? Going for the angel is interesting. I'm not sure that's that good though. Right, so Torto has a choice. They can meat hook this turn and use the treasures, or you can wait for the blood on the snow. I don't see any reason to not go for the hook, especially when you're getting to kill the enemy. It's just such a like horrible turn 5 that you might not even do it though, yeah. Torto, what, 2 blood on the snow, Scorpion, and a cleric, huh? Looks very bad for our white friend here. Very, very bad. Cathar is an amazing card, but you would much rather have an apparition for this Edgar, right? Apparition. Made it to 6 mana now, so his entire deck is turned on. I don't see anything but a win for the Orzhov player here, chat. Not at the moment, anyway. Like, these flyers are good, but... Torto has 5 snowlands, so can pretty much bring back anything he wants with the blood on the snow if he goes for it. The board wipe plus the meat hook triggers, just like so strong, man. Meat hook massacre is just, it's an incredible card. Edgar's about to flip again. Still so much gas for Torto here. That's pretty good. Gets rid of one of the flyers. I mean, the flyers are the only hope for Tim, right? So every time that Torto can remove a flyer, that is just like a giant step towards victory here. Every single flyer that gets removed is hugely important. And Tim is kinda down to his last one here, and it's not going to be enough. Gonna have to find some more off the top. Because you're not getting through on the ground anymore. No chance, not with these Edgars rolling. There he is, he's back. So you can play the other. Tim's out of here, man. Let's go game 2. We go to game 2. So we do have 2 apparitions, main and 2 sideboard. So they're definitely a lot better than the Cathars. I don't hate just playing all 4 of them, honestly. Yep. The wedding announcement is nice. But similar to the last time we watched this matchup, you just want to get rid of as many 1 toughness creatures as possible. Well, those are your bad cards, right? Like, Usher of the Fallen is a great card, but it is unplayable in the matchup, man. It gets blocked unfavorably by the Ghast and unfavorably by the Eye Twitch. You have to get rid of the Ushers, man. Valorous Stance, do we want that? Not really, like, the protection part doesn't really do anything, and killing an Edgar doesn't really do anything. You've got to exile the Edgar, right? Semester's End is an interesting one. Could actually be very good. I've just noticed there's actually only one. Alright, shit, I should have changed the scene, guys, sorry. There's only one Adeline in this 75. Which is pretty insane. That was a T-Tours, guys, my bad. Alright. So most important thing about these opening hands is how many of the black 1-drops does Turtle have? If it's more than 0, he might be going straight to the final. Having the wedding announcement, though, is really nice. You're getting tokens or card draw into an Anthem which buffs all of your 1 toughness creatures to 2, which is just crucially important. Torto does have an Eye Twitch and a Ghast and the Vanishing Verse to remove the wedding announcement. So it just needs to not get baited into casting it before this comes down. Do not Vanishing Verse the Aspirant. Do not Vanishing Verse the Aspirant. He didn't Vanishing Verse it, did. This guy is a god. Chat, you Vanishing Verse the Aspirant here, and you lose the game. Just saying. Got attacks to Lolth, yep. Pretty obvious there. So next turn is I Twitch, and I don't think Torto is going to be able to. I think he's going to use it this time, guys. I think he's going to use it. Oh no. Alright. Tim's got a great chance now. Tim has a great chance now. That is a crippling fear off the top, no big deal. I top deck a board clear which doesn't need to use any of my treasures and lets me carve into my Lolth. I'm just chilling. Ape has been selected. Non-apes die. Redain's nice though. That is a 9 mana Lolth. Okay, so how much does it cost to kill Redain with this meat hook? It costs 7. It costs you both of your treasures. Oofed. And you can Spellbinder it, man. You can Spellbinder it, which will also make it cost 9 to remove the... It's hard to cast Spellbinder here, though. Given that you can see 2 face-up cards, it's just such a massive, massive payoff, though. So next turn, Torto can clear the board with the meat hook. Because he can't really... So this is looking really good for Tim, right? Because Torto pretty much has to use the meat hook before the Lolth. Tim knows about this. So he gets to just hold up the Guardian, right? Don't do it, man. Do not play that wedding announcement. Are you crazy? Are you insane? The mana works out pretty decent for Torto. What? No, what are you doing? No! The mana works out well. Please, Tim, what are you doing? What are you doing? I can't believe it, guys. I cannot believe it. Can't believe it. What's happening here? Tap land? No, but the tap land is fine, right? You remove everything except Redain, and it's okay that you spend your treasures because you can still afford to play the Lolth next turn. Okay, right. I've completely lost. I don't know what's happening. The Redain, having the Redain up alone is okay, because your Lolth tokens block it. Redain by itself is fine. The absolute greed lord here. And now this Guardian of Faith is just lethal. We go to game 3, guys. We go to game 3. Tim steals a game. Daylight robbery. Actual robbery. Live on Twitch. Okay. Now Tim just has to have his hand line up perfectly against Torto again for the second time in a row and pretend that he's not on the draw. Should be easy. So, are we making any change? He's thinking about it. I'm not sure what. Hero's downfall being considered. I mean, I guess it trades for Redain like even mana. Could be worse. Hero's Downfall. Usher, Thalia, Legion Angel. Faceless Haven, Cave of the Frost Dragon. We keep these. I just have one question. Is it possible for Torto to begin with an opening hand with less than like 8 1-drops in it? This man is cracked. He's too good. Major punish for Tim for playing the Usher here. Or not for casting it, but for not sideboarding it out, I mean. But alright. Draw a land, win the game. Yep. That's GG. That's GG, man. The Loth comes in under the Thalia because of the Ghast. Unbelievable. The Shambling Ghast has actually been the most impressive card in the entire tournament. It is an unironically unbeatable card for mono white. Unbeatable card. You can't play your Thalia. You can just play Ghast plus non-creatures. And you make Thalia one of the best creatures of all time. Terrible. Although the one thing I don't like here is the Torto clearly has not enough black sources of mana. Played the planes first and gets unbelievably punished for it. What? Could have played Ghast into the Scorpion there, right? Okay, so this is just horrible for mono white. I mean, you want to kill the Lolth, but attacking the Lolth just lets them make more tokens. I don't see how they get out of this, man. Even with the Legion Angel, probably the best card in the deck. 2 Blood in the Snow available. So next turn you can just create your tokens, get your Scorpion going. Scorpion plus your 2/1, or you could play the fetch a land spell plus a Scorpion, but I don't think you really need to play that. I mean, you don't desperately need another land right now. I don't think. And I mean, even if you're very likely to find a land anyway, right? If you're drawing 2 off your Scorpion and you're getting to draw another one at the beginning of your next turn too. I feel like you can safely go for the Scorpion here. Wow. There's giga safe there. Not leaving anything up to chance, young Torto. Okay, I mean, the Thalia does attack well, though, at least. That's something that got going for us here. The problem is that Torto can just double block the Angel with the Spiders, chump the Thalia, take no damage on the Lolth, get up to 5 loyalty. It's horrible, isn't it? Yeah, so you have to play another. You have to play a second Legion Angel to actually be able to pressure the Lolth. But if you play another Legion Angel, then you just get farmed by all the meat hooks, all the blood on the snows. But Tim has one good play, and that good play is a bad play. So he's just a little bit screwed, really. So here you can blood on the snow. You go to 5 loyalty counters, you can get more tokens going. And you also get a stinger back, so you can draw another 2, or you can take a ghast, or you can take a symbology, yeah. Lots of choices. Adversary is nice. The mono white player, like Tim, just can't get in for any damage, man. It's impossible. Can't do anything. 6 mana, 5/3, your go. Alright, what are we doing here? Swing for Force seems like a good start. You gotta play your Scorpion, yep. Found a land. Decent. Guys, this is just a beating, isn't it? Like these games are not even slightly close. I mean, Tim is slamming 1 mana 4/3s, and it's just absolutely irrelevant. When your 1 mana 4/3s are useless, that's when you know it's bad. Okay, I mean, that's kind of a terrible attack, but... I guess it doesn't really matter what he does. Okay. Alright, Torto is just like throwing away his cards at this point. It's a bit weird, champ, really. I don't really know what Tim can hope to draw. I guess the wedding announcement would be a decent start, but that's just too late now, right? Draw, find the land, just start slamming the mascot exhibitions, probably. Yeah, Torto's just way too wide now for Tim to be able to hold it off. The adversary is a nice lifelinker, but... just gets removed right by that 3 mana black spell. I'm trying my best to pretend that this match is still effectively going, guys. Hopefully you're falling for my bait. It's a nice Guardian of Faith here, but kinda leaves them dead on board, sadly. GG's, guys. Congratulations, Torto. We have our first finalist. Antonio beat Felix in the other match, in the other semi-final. So our final is Antonio on Selesnya Humans. Our grand final is Antonio on Selesnya Humans versus Felipe on Orzhov Control. Alright, we're off, chat. Mo 1-drops. That's a mull, dude. I don't care that you've got 2 lands and a Professor of Symbology. That is a mull. You don't have the most important card in your deck. Let's see if Torto finds the mull button here. It's hard to mull this hand, but it is a mull. Has to be a mull. This is the type of hand that looks nice, but this is the type of hand that mono-white humans can beat. You've got to mull it. Or the Selesnya Humans, sorry. It's a hard mull, but you have to mull. Does Torto find the mulligan button? Maybe the most important decision that he'll make in this final. He doesn't mull. Uh-oh. He didn't mull, man. Alright. We have a finals. Let's go. We have a real game. Answerbird doesn't have any green mana. Tops green, man. Finds green. Might be able to get this Toski in play without a Shambling Ghast to fight it. Has Join the Dance, which is a nice card, but not quite as good without your Catildas, and no Catilda to go alongside it, but you do get to go ham with this Hamlet, though. That is looking kind of like a 3-mana 9/9 with Ward 2 at the moment. Rips Meat Hook Massacre off the top of the deck. Excuse me? Doesn't cast it either. Time to get enormously punished. Okay, so the Aspirant will get removed to set up for the Meat Hook, but he kinda... very awkward, right? For Torto here. Because you kinda have to remove the Vanguard. Wait, it's only a 5/5? But those tokens are not humans? Am I losing my mind? They're humans, right? But it's still awkward for Torto. Because it does have Ward 2. But you want to go Meat Hook, clear the 1/1s. But on top of this, I mean, Answerbrew, you've got to buff one of these 1/1s, man. Got to buff a 1/1. Got to buff a 1/1 here, man. Nice. Good choice. So you're probably blocking, sacking your thing, drawing 2, making a treasure. That puts you to 4+1, 5 mana if you find a land. You find 2 lands, no big deal. You get an X=3 meat hook into having enough mana to pay the ward on the Vanguard. Okay. So suddenly it's looking quite good. You've also got a Shambling Ghast for the Toski. You could do X=2 meat hook and go for like a Blood on the Snow next turn, but that's so greedy, man. So it just refuses to cast this meat hook. Absolute greed lord, man. It's unreal. Then you're at 5 mana. The Aspirant could go to a 4/4 next turn. Or this turn. I guess you can still clear it with the meat hook, right? Yeah, this is actually fine for Torto. It's a little bit rough, but it does look fine. Now you have to take a massive hit, make a treasure, Blood on the Snow, and you're chilling. Okay, just about got there. That was like... It was looking sketchy for a second, though. Yeah, just like impossible for the humans player now. It's just a matter of time until we go to game 2. You can get rid of this Lolth, but it basically costs them everything, and then the second Blood on the Snow just ends the game. Or the first Blood on the Snow, I mean. Should have blocked the flyer, right? I mean, it doesn't massively matter, but... Yeah, there's no way you're killing this Lolth anymore. I mean, there's no way you're beating 4 Lolths anyway. The one on board, the 2 others in hand, and the 4th from the Blood on the Snow. There's also another meat hook massacre. Seems good. Seems entirely unnecessary, but seems good. Actually, I don't think it's possible for Torto to lose this game. Even if he plays every turn for the rest of the game, like, as wrong as he possibly can. As long as he just, like, casts some cards. But it might actually, I mean, the humans player's on 25 life, so it's going to take a long time for the game to end, but it's pretty much a matter of time, it seems. These meat hooks are just incredibly good. Here comes Loth number 2 out of 4. Kabira takedown, that is an interesting draw though. Okay, there's Loth number 5. The Torto's had enough, man. He's just smirking. He's going game 2. He's just going to start throwing away Lolths because he doesn't actually got so many that I sacrifice my own Lolth. I play 5 mana, make 2/1/1 2/1 tokens. This game is over. I am the god here. Please concede. I'm not sure I agree with throwing away these Lolths, by the way, because despite the game being over, you still should play, like, you still should try and conserve your resources, but highly unlikely to make a difference. More tokens, more little plebs, more card draw. This Orzhov deck is just unbelievably strong against these white creatures, man. It is truly absurd. Like, Antsabra is top decking so well, but it's just having no effect on the game. No effect whatsoever. Like, Torto has a Blood on the Snow in hand, a Lolth on hand, and a Lolth on board. And to be honest, and an Edgar on board, and of these 4 things, if he only had one of the 4, he would be winning this game. But having access to all 4 is just unbeatable. Not even removing the Toski, man, just doesn't give a fuck. Lethal DPS has been secured. Alright, we go game 2. In the grand finals, as expected, Torto wins game 1. Let's see what the humans deck can do after sideboard though. It does get better for humans after sideboard. Better by enough? That would be a strong opinion, but better, at least. Yep, so Torto just brings in a little bit more removal. And Answer bringing in his disruptive cards. Nothing too crazy here. Like the Spellbinder. I think looks like Answer's taken out the Brutal Cathars, or one copy of Brutal Cathar. I'm not sure I agree with that. I think the Brutal Cathar is decent. You've got a ton of worse cards than the Brutal Cathar, that's for sure. I mean, it's not amazing in this matchup, but you've absolutely got worse cards than it. So you should be playing all four. Alright, we go to game 2, chat. Ooh. 2 1-drops here, but only 1 land. Gotta mull this. And unless Torto considers himself to be, you know, the next Seth Manfield, which he might do. It's honestly, you can keep this. It's not crazy to keep this. It's not crazy to mull either. Like, the Shambling Ghast is so good that this hand can be kept. Answer's hand is just 3 lands and 4 3-drops. Okay, he keeps it. Very interesting keep. We have a finals. We have a finals. Dude, get in there with the Adeline, man. Get that Adeline popping. Let's go. If Answerberg plays anything other than Adeline, I'm gonna be pissed. Okay, nice. We're going in. Treasure has to be made here. Gotta draw a land, man. Okay, so Deadly Dispute on the eye twitch. Draws you 2 cards, makes a treasure. Obviously, thinking about what happens if you don't hit a land off the dispute doesn't matter because you're dead, so if you do hit a land, you get to play the other Ghast, you get a nice chump off. And you're almost at Crippling Fear, but this Adeline is making your Crippling Fear look like really pathetic, huh? Gets the Haven. I mean, you hate to see the Haven there. Oh my god. We're going to game 3, chat. Somehow we're going to game 3. Torto just saw... He saw his name on the trophy there and thought, do you know what? My deck is unbeatable. I keep this 1-lander. And, you know, got ahead of himself, man. The only way to beat Orzhov Snow is to have the Orzhov's player just get a little bit too big for his own boots. Game 3. Alright, this is it, chat. The final game of the grand finals of the first ever tournament we've held on this channel. Good luck to Antonio. Good luck to Felipe. We're about to crown a victor. Who will be 10,000 gems richer? Who will be a VIP in the channel? I mean, my money is on Snowboy, but, you know, anything can happen in a game of Magic. Torto, what are you doing, mate? Don't click the draw first button. You're don't don't do it. Okay, your deck is good. There's no need to redefine the way Magic is played. Do not click the draw first button. Okay, good lad. No flexing. Alright, just an awful hand for Ansibur here. Shambling Gas turn 1, Deadly Dispute turn 2, Lolth turn 3, it's GG's. We have a champion. Yeah, we'll change the view after we've seen the... how we did. You've got, like, Ansibur, man. What are you hoping for? What life are you living here? You've got to mull. Nice. 3 lands, Valorous Stance. Okay, getting the Thalia down does stop the turn 3 Lolth. But you do get to just kill the Thalia with the Shambling Gas, so it's not exactly amazing. Oh no, you don't get to kill the Thalia actually, because you have to do the Dispute now. Okay. Didn't cast it, so choosing to kill the Thalia. I don't think... I'm not sure how I feel about that. Killing the Thalia is quite important, but... it's a little risky. Now you run the risk of getting a Spellbinder, right? We don't see a Spellbinder in Ansibur's hand right now, but it is a risk that you've taken here. I mean, you're given the Antonio's getting some time to build a board here. Some time that he didn't need to have. I think that is a massive mistake not using the Dispute there. You've still got the Loth, you've still got the Meat Hook, and the Vanguard is not... 3/3 Vanguard's just nothing to write home about, right? It's nothing too scary, so... you're not getting punished as much as you could have by like a Spellbinder there, or maybe even a... one of the other 3-drops. The 5/5 Vanguard, now that's a real threat. It's still like, despite this like very slow gameplay from Torto here, even after all this and things kinda lining up quite well for Antonio, it's still bad, man. It's still so hard to make profitable attacks. Like, what are you... if you're Antonio here, what cards do you want to be in Torto's hand? You know, like, what can you actually beat? I mean, you're very unlikely to beat 2 Lolths, a Hook, a Crippling Fear. I guess Crippling Fear is not... Crippling Fear's been kinda bad in both the sideboard post-sideboard games so far. Very likely that you will find a spot where it's good though. It's just not too impressive at the moment. I'm sure there will come a time in this game where this Crippling Fear can be used well. Just not yet. That's fine. It might have been really sketchy if Torto only had the Crippling Fear, but having the the meat hook that you can cast first should buy enough time to find a spot where the Crippling Fear is good. Yeah, I mean, I think you triple block the 5/5, right? Triple block the 5/5. They get a card off the Toski, that's fine. And then you've got Crippling Fear, kill the Toski and the 3/3, and then you get to make some more tokens. Or you're just going Chump City. Chump City is also fine, but not quite as good, I don't think. If you triple block there, your Lolth goes to 4 loyalty, right? So, like here, having your Lolth on 3 loyalty is a little bit awkward, right? Actually, I think that was an easy triple block on the 5/5. Now everything's a little more awkward than it had to be. Your Crippling Fear is removing the 3/3 and the 1/1. Like, what are you doing? Are you killing your own spider here with the Crippling Fear to get to 4 loyalty? Maybe? Because now there's a board state where like this is the exact same as the triple block, but Ansabrew's just got to keep this 5/5 for no reason, right? You stopped Antonio drawing a card off of Toski, but that's not worth it, right? Because it doesn't matter what card he would have drawn off of Toski. It's not going to be better than a 5/5 with Ward 2. So every card in his deck is better than is worse than this Vanguard, sorry. So I think you absolutely let them draw a card to get rid of this 5/5. Your -X, -X cards make it very difficult to kill this Vanguard, man. So you're basically in a spot here where this Vanguard's just going to kill one of your creatures every single turn. For quite a while. Which is just a situation you didn't have to be in. An unnecessary one completely. It looks like you've just got so much gas that it doesn't... It's not going to influence the outcome of the game, it looks like, but it was a big mistake. It gave the humans player a chance. It looks like now Torto can play Meat Hook to kill it even past Thalia attacks. So it's starting to look real good for Torto now. The issue is Thalia is just not really a good play here, right? If you play Thalia, you actually turn off your own Valorous stance, which I think is what that card is. Yeah, it is, right? Plus into another Meat Hook doesn't sound too bad. We're quickly getting to the point where the humans player is kind of locked out now. Unless he casts Coco here, huh? No Coco, never lucky. Yeah, I mean, I just don't... like, Torto's hand is so good here that, very similar to game 1, it's kind of, like, impossible for him to play this game badly, right? Like, his hand is so powerful that it kind of takes away the aspect of even the possibility of making enough mistakes that it will cost him the game. Not that he's been playing badly, I mean, he's been playing very well in the tournament, but that's what the humans player is relying on mistakes, and I just don't think Torto can even make enough to lose. Yep, the attack's coming. He's just going to close the game in the next turn or two here. You can remove the 4/4 token at least, but... down to 9. Adeline, not an impressive defensive creature. Good game is called. Well played, Torto. You are the champion. Congratulations. Congratulations, my friend. Absolutely insane deck for the top 16. No epiphanies made it, so you're going ham all over the bracket there with all those meat hooks, all those blood in the snows, all those loths. Very, very impressive. I think that was pretty good. For a first tournament, that wasn't too bad at all. Torto, congratulations, man. Allow me to give you VIP in the channel. Well done, dude. That was very fun. I enjoyed casting the games. I hope you enjoyed the event. Congratulations again to Felipe. Thank you to everyone who helped out with the event, the moderators, and the Team Liquid people. Thank you to Wizards of the Coast for providing the gems to the winners. Congratulations to all the gem earners, and I will see you next time, chat. Catch you on the flip side. Ecuador! Ecuador!